Hey guys and girls in the RC flying world community. This is Kevin over at Canadian Hobby Guys, working in association with Brant Electric Flyers. You can find us on Facebook. It's a small local group that we get together and fly. Basically, we're here to talk about the E-flite Scimitar and programming so that you can have your air brakes, your speed brakes, whatever you want to call them, on your DX8 or DX7. DX6, I don't know if this will work, so you'll have to try out your setups and figure that out on your own. First, I'll start off with a big shout out to John Redman over at Horizon Hobby. Came up with this problem. I wanted to incorporate the speed brakes, air brakes into my Scimitar, and wasn't quite getting where I needed to get. So I sent him a message. He messaged me back. He got back to me really quickly with a basic setup to get me going. I tweaked that out and I sent him back the complete SPM file. So I don't know if they're going to post that. I asked them if they were going to do a video. I don't think they're going to be doing a video anytime soon. So I figured I would just jump on here and show you guys what's going on. So using my trusty DX8, now make sure that you're going to need a higher receiver, higher than the 6-channel that comes with it. So you're going to need an AR7 or an AR8 or above. I'm running an AR8000 receiver and this works awesome. So let's get down to it. So to our DX8 here, just go through. We see our model select is going to be my Scimitar, model type, airplane, of course, model name, Scimitar. Wing type is going to be Elevon and the tail is going to be normal. Switch select, make sure you have the gear to gear, aux2 to aux2, and the knob is going to be aux3. Trim setup is going to be common, 5 all around. And that's all on our initial screen. And I'm going to back up and I'm going to pop into the model now. So here we got the screen here with the Scimitar. So I'm going to go in here. Servo setup, everything was normal for me. I just had to reverse the gear. So check that out yourself. You might have it different. Who knows? But make sure your model is working properly and do what adjustments you need to do before you go flying. Differential and expo, what everybody wants to see. Basically, I put everything on the aileron differential switch just for ease for myself. It's completely pure, your personal preference there. So we'll start off with the aileron. So the aileron position 0, differential is going to be 65, expo 35. Position 1 is going to be 71, 55. Position 2 is going to be 80 and 45. Over the elevator, position 0 is going to be 45 and 45 and 20, 71 and 40. And 155. Rudder is going to be 50 and 20. Position 1 is going to be 71 and 50. And position 2 is going to be 100 and then expo is at 42. So there's my differential and expo. Differential, go in and turn that on. Position 1 and put that up to 26%. Throttle cut is inhibited. Throttle curve, going down the list, so 25% is going to be 47%, 50%, 70%, 75% is going to be 91%, high is going to be 100%, your expo is going to be actual, and the switch is going to be set to on. Now, flap system, I'll get to that. First I'll go to the mixing because that's what you guys want to see. And these first two ones here, this is everything that, you know, all personal preference. A lot of people, if you want to incorporate a little bit of rudder into your turning, go ahead and do that. I like that on my Warbirds. Keep it nice and stable. So mix 1. So keeping in mind, I've got plugged in to my channels. I've got rudder into auxiliary 1, and I've got my thrust vectoring into auxiliary 2. So again, rudder is in auxiliary 1, so the rudder split. Got one rudder into auxiliary 1, and the thrust vector Servo is going to be plugged into your auxiliary 2 switch. So now you see why you need at least a 7-channel receiver. So, rudder to flap, 100%, all the way down. You can choose, you can put that up to 125. Mix 2, auxiliary 1 to rudder, rate -100, all the way down. No offset, trim, switches on. Mix 3, rudder to auxiliary 2, rate is at 100%, all the way down. Trim is inhibited, and your switch mix is going to be 0. Mix 4 is going to be rudder to auxiliary 2. It's going to be 0, inhibited. Switch is going to be on mix 1. Now, you can choose what you want to do here. If you add some rates in there, you can add a little bit of your vector thrust to be on all the time. And how this is going to work out is your vector thrust is going to be turned off with the lock hold switch, which is on the back here. And basically, you can have a little bit if you want to add in a little bit for turning ability, whatever you want. It's all personal preference. The way I have it set up is completely off until I turn off that hold switch, and then I have full thrust vector. So again, that's on 0, inhibited, and that's on the mix 1. Mix 5 is going to be throttle to right aileron. Your rate is going to be -4, and your offset's going to be -39, and your switch is going to be on. Reason for that is, as Kike said on his videos, you know, with the torque and everything, a little bit of aileron. It's going to be an elevator, aileron, blah. Anyway, over to the right, just to kind of offset that torque. So I've incorporated that in, and then mix 6 is just inhibited. So back up here to the flap system. Now I have the mid is going to be 0 all the way, so that's going to be my standard flying. My normal up, basically how I worked it is this is going to be your rudders spread out. Now I've heard that makes the F-27Q Striker go down, so I incorporated 20% up elevator to counteract that. Won't know how that really works out until I get out and fly it. And then my landing is going to be with both rudders facing in. I've heard that picks the plane up, pitches it up a little bit, so I've added 20% down elevator to counteract that. Flap switch is on, and it's onto the flap switch. So then you just go through that. And back to there, mixing, all that great stuff, timer. You guys all know how to do that. So there we go. That is the DX8 setup with an AR8000 transmitter, or you can use a AR7 channel receiver. Setup to have speed brakes, air brakes incorporated in your Scimitar. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps everybody. I've cruised the forums, you know, everywhere. Could not find any sort of a setup. And thank you to John Redman out there. A couple emails back and forth and got this set up, got the basic setup he helped me out with. I tweaked it. I used the standard setup that you get from the E-flite DX8 download, incorporated that into my mixes and my differentials, my high rates and my low rates. Big shout out to Kike. Awesome plane. I love flying this thing, and this is just going to make it better. So, thumbs up there. This is Kevin over at Canadian Hobby Guys, up in the Great White North. You guys can think back to Bob and Doug McKenzie, and you can have that theme song going through your head while I'm talking here. That's awesome. Great movie there. Big shout out to my boys over at Brand Electric Flyers. We're on Facebook, so if you're in Southern Ontario, you're around Hamilton, Brantford way, join up on the group. Even if you're a little bit close, we talk back and forth, the setups, you know, swapping planes, if people have extras. Just great guys if you're local in the area and you want to meet up with some great guys out there and do some flying with us. join up. Thanks for watching. My next video post is going to be of the actual Scimitar and how the control throws and everything works, just to show you that it works. And again, big shout out to John at Horizon. Thank you for your help. And thank you, Kike. Awesome playing. And thanks, guys, over at Brand Electric Flyers, our Facebook group. Awesome group of guys to fly with. So if you get a chance, join our group and check out some of our videos that we post. And if you want, come out, have some flying fun with us. That's what this sport is all about, is having fun. And that's number 1 for us. So hope you guys keep your nose up. Remember, up is up, down is expensive. And, we'll catch you on the next video. Take it easy. Talk to you later.